how many frustrated investors have got in touch with you via Twitter or the other forms in which you connect with your own purchasers or the ETFs? I mean, there must have been a lot of frustration that you kept it in some funds, but not the main ARK ETF.
Well, I'll tell you what has happened mostly is people who understood the Nvidia story. We were pounding the table on it on 2014, really till 2021. And many people actually put it into their portfolios, their own portfolios, and they may have held it. We have not gotten much pushback. And the reason is people know that we are on AI, but we're doing it in a little bit of a differentiated way. Nvidia has become a check-the-box stock. That's why the valuation is where it is. But we are looking for those plays that have not only the vision from management team point of view and broad distribution, but also proprietary data and AI expertise. So we're just pivoting to another set of plays that most people have not discovered yet, much like they did not understand that Nvidia was an AI play really until very recently.
Hold on to your portfolios, folks. In the realm of stock market electrifying news, Cathie Wood's ARK ETFs have once again made waves. This time, the focal point lies in a series of blockbuster trades that have turned heads and wallets alike. From dramatic purchases in the semiconductor space to significant moves in the online sports betting industry, ARK's trading activity this Thursday, September 12, 2024, is loaded with indications of bullish confidence. Leading companies such as Advanced Micro Devices Inc. and DraftKings Inc. are at the center of this financial whirlwind, leaving experts and enthusiasts in eager anticipation. As investors and market aficionados dissect these strategic maneuvers, it becomes increasingly clear that ARK's vision for the future is not just calculated, but also seeped with bold optimism. Let's dive into the specifics that have everyone talking. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Investocracy.
So let's check in with Dr. Lisa Su, the chair and CEO of Advanced Micro Devices, get a better sense of what's going on. Dr. Su, welcome back to Main Line.
Jim, it's wonderful to be here with you.
Well, Lisa, I saw you get honored earlier this week. It was a terrific event, Time 100, and you were a featured toaster because you've done so much well. And you said something really caught my ear and attention. You said that we'll look back 10 years from now, and we can't believe what life was like now. Will you tell me what you're seeing 10 years from now that would make it so this seems also pedestrian?
Well, first of all, Jim, great to be here with you. And I have to say, I really do believe, we talk a lot about AI, but we're just really at the beginning of understanding what AI can do for us. And, if you take a step back, I've been in this industry for over 30 years. And we've seen, a lot of interesting technology. I mean, we saw cloud, we saw mobile, we saw PCs, these were all great technologies. But AI is something different because it makes everything better in terms of, it makes our businesses, more productive. It makes our engineers more productive. It makes researchers more productive. And it helps us really, I can see a world where AI really helps us solve really some of the world's toughest problems. And that's why I say, it was a nice event on a Monday night. It was one of those events where you could see, a decade from now, nobody's going to be asking, what was the ROI on AI? They're going to say that AI is part of our life. It's how we live. It's how we run our businesses. It's how we do our research. It's how we teach our kids. That's the world that I see.
Well, what do you say to people right now who are watching who just say, you know what, that's just businesses talking to businesses. I don't see it impacting my life at all.
Oh, I beg to disagree. I really believe that AI will impact everyone's lives. It's just starting today. So, let's not be impatient, right? Tech trends are meant to play out over years, not over months. We've only been in this, let's call it, chat GPT world for maybe 18 months. We're all learning. It's fun. We all use it. Right. We use it to make ourselves, to answer questions for us. We use it to help us in sales and marketing. We use it to help us build chips, frankly, in terms of large language models. But now we're going to see it in all aspects of our lives. And, I think of it as, personal assistance. I think of it as education. Probably one of the areas that I'm most excited about is, what we can do in healthcare and what we can do in accelerating research. And, these are things that, if you look at the process that it would take for drug companies to discover new drugs, it might take like years.
Right, and most fail. 90% fail.
Exactly. If you could change years to weeks,
right,
or days, that's kind of the superpower, and that's just one example. And the beauty of all this is you need the computing, and that's what we do, right? We do all of the foundation of the computing that enables AI to help us in all of these industries. And that's why I'm just so excited about where we are right now.
As the bell rang on Thursday, September 12th, 2024, it heralded not just the opening of the stock market, but a bevy of high-stakes trades by Cathie Wood's ARK ETFs. The most eye-catching was the purchase of 45,541 shares of Advanced Micro Devices Inc. through the ARKG ETF, amassing a whopping $6.8 million. For those less acquainted with AMD, this semiconductor juggernaut is a titan in the tech industry, bolstering everything from gaming PCs to server infrastructures. ARK's continued investment here signals a robust faith in the future of semiconductor innovation. And to sprinkle a bit of stock market humor, you could say that ARK is placing its chips on AMD for a very lucrative bet. But AMD wasn't the only stock featured in ARK's shopping spree. Another significant buy was DraftKings Inc., with ARK acquiring 177,544 shares, also valued around $6.8 million through the same ARKG ETF. This move echoes their earlier investments in the online sports betting titan within the week, showcasing a keen interest in the burgeoning esports betting landscape. Given the increasing legalization and popularization of online sports betting across various states, it's no shock that DraftKings is becoming a cornerstone in ARK's portfolio. By continuously reinforcing their stance on online betting's potential, ARK is clearly betting on a broader societal acceptance and regulatory alignment that bodes well for companies like DraftKings. But before we go any further, if you want to keep up with AMD's latest updates and keep up with the stock market's latest news, you can follow our Twitter account. We post multiple times daily about the biggest changes and catalysts in the market, so click the follow button if you don't want to miss the newest market updates. Now, back to the video.
People tell me, well, listen, it's either Nvidia or it's AMD. And to me, if you don't think that there's room for two, you really don't understand the space. But that's you taught me that. Let's teach others that.
Well, it's absolutely true. The way to think about it is there's no one size fits all in computing. There's no only one architecture. Actually, you're going to need the right compute for each application. Like, I'm excited about AI everywhere. I'm excited about AI in the cloud. I'm excited about AI in PCs, so that we each have our own, sort of AI engines. I'm excited about AI at, the edge and infrastructure that we use, throughout, the entire world. So there are all kinds of different computing that you need. And the beauty of AMD is that, we've had this vision for the last, 10 plus years. This is kind of how we've thought about, sort of what do we want to be when we grow up? We want to be the high-performance computing leader, and AI is a huge, huge piece of that.
Shifting gears to the medtech realm, ARK's ARKG ETF showed a penchant for genetic sequencing by purchasing 284,451 shares of Personalis Inc. for $1.6 million. This isn't a flash-in-the-pan move. Personalis has seen recurring attention from ARK, highlighting a strategic bet on the future of personalized medicine. Complementing this, ARK's biotech gambit also led to the acquisition of 15,182 shares of Absci Corp. And 11,785 shares of Guardant Health Inc. With Absci being valued around $55,000 and Guardant Health about $293,000, these transactions underline ARK's calculated investments in pioneering healthcare solutions. The continuous flow of capital into these medical technology firms indicates a long-term perspective, emphasizing breakthroughs in genetic research and diagnostic precision. Where there's buying, there must also be selling, and ARK didn't hesitate. They sold a substantial 927,180 shares of Unity Software Inc., amounting to approximately $15.9 million. Unity, a fortress in the gaming software arena, had previously permeated ARK's multi-fund portfolio. Their divestment here marks a distinct pivot, perhaps in anticipation of broader market dynamics or internal strategic realignment. Moreover, smaller sell-offs included 56,411 shares of Butterfly Network Inc., and 19,518 shares of Robinhood Markets Inc., amounting to $109,000 and $403,000, respectively. These seem to suggest a cautious retreat from ventures less aligned with their disruptive innovation narrative. By trimming investments in these select companies, ARK might be reallocating resources to other areas they perceive as having higher future growth potential, reflecting their dynamic and adaptive investment strategy. But before going any further, if you made it this far into the video, thank you. These videos take a lot of effort and time to make, so if you enjoyed them, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This goes a long way in helping us grow. That said, back to the video.
You need computing of all sizes. So if you want to talk about Italian cities, I could talk to you about Italian cities. There's really, think about it this way, Jim. There's like, three types of computing, right? There's, this big accelerator AI computing that we're talking about for our large language models and for, all of that stuff. We're at Dreamforce.
MI300.
Yeah, MI300. We're at Dreamforce this week. There's a lot of talk about what you need to do, with agents and things like that. There's traditional compute and in CPU land where our Italian roadmap has done extraordinarily well. If you think about data centers around the world, they need to become more efficient. There's too much old equipment. That equipment has to be upgraded. You need the highest performance, lowest power efficiency, overall total cost of ownership. We're now in our 5th generation of our Italian cities. So Turin is our latest and greatest, products there. We're just about to launch it in the next quarter. Lots of exciting things going on there. I talked about AI PCs that are also a very exciting trend that we're going to see going forward. In the PC market, where we have intelligence in AI, and then we also have our embedded computing, Jim. I've talked a lot about that. Sort of the what we're doing with FPGAs and adaptive computing. Aerospace and defense, we use a tremendous amount of AMD underneath that. When you think about industrial, test and measurement, so we are computing across the board. Obviously, there's a lot of excitement around AI and accelerators, but they're really, three major legs of our computing stool.
So, what does all this mean for the discerning investor? Cathie Wood's strategic portfolio maneuvers underscore a compelling market narrative, the undeniable promise of disruptive innovation. Stocks like AMD and DraftKings underscore her team's foresight and calculated optimism in tech-driven growth and innovative industries. With AMD's firm footing in the semiconductor sector and DraftKings' expanding presence in online sports betting, these choices clearly mark them as high-potential opportunities worth considering. Both represent rapidly evolving markets with substantial growth potential and a positive outlook for long-term investors. As for the current state, AMD shows strong resilience, with its stock benefiting from the semiconductor industry's growing demand. Analysts forecast steady growth as it continues to innovate and capture market share. DraftKings, with expanding legalization and a growing user base, is also poised for significant future gains, making it a tempting investment option. Furthermore, the investments in medical technology companies like Personalis and Guardant Health highlight ARK's belief in the transformative potential of personalized medicine and innovative biotech solutions, promising sectors with immense growth opportunities. These positions embody ARK's dedication to exploiting cutting-edge advancements that stand to reshape healthcare's landscape. In conclusion, based on ARK's latest trades, one thing is clear: strategic, disruptive investments are leading the way. What do you think about these bold moves? Are you ready to place your bets on AMD and DraftKings? Or do other stocks catch your eye? Share your thoughts, and let's spark an engaging discussion about the future of the stock market. Whether you are a seasoned investor or a curious onlooker, ARK's latest activity offers valuable insights into where smart money might be headed next. Engaging with these discussions helps us all understand the ever-evolving market dynamics and perhaps even anticipate the next big opportunity in the financial realm. And finally, if you would like to know what companies like AMD have been up to these past few days, go ahead and click on the next video on your screen. See you there!